外媒 Game Informer 近日在其官方油管频道公布了动作游戏《绯红结系》的全新实机影像。影像中展示了游戏的战斗及羁绊系统。根据外媒消息，《绯红结系》试玩版将于5月21日正式上线，率先登陆 Xbox One、Xbox Series X、S 平台，而 PS 版本将于5月28日上线。但官方并未声明该试玩的具体内容和是否存在时间限制。游戏将于2021年6月24日正式发售，登陆主机平台、PC 平台发售日为6月25日。感兴趣的朋友可以关注一下。
Hey, now we're going full anime with this, and this is a game, Scarlet Nexus, that I was mildly interested in. I had a chance to play hands-on, and now I'm actually incredibly interested in it, and it's actually my most anticipated game of the year.
Really?
Let's go.
Yeah, this is a total surprise to me as well. And you'd be like, well, Dan, come on, it just looks like, you know, there's going to be anime dialogue and, you know, anime games. We're all aware of that, right?
Yeah.
I got nothing against anime. I like anime, for the record.
Me too.
But, you know, that you could, that kind of goes with its own set of, like, you know, dialogue and story tropes that, yeah, they're all pretty much present here. But the thing that really sold me on this game is what you're seeing right now, actually, a little bit of, is the combat. I don't know if you can tell from here, but, like, picking up these things and flinging them, it's all incredibly fluid. So when you're fighting in a battle, you have all your standard action RPG kind of things. Like you're swinging your sword, right? You're swinging your weapon, you're getting in there, you're jumping, you're dodging, you're dancing around. But you get to combine the scenery into the battle, like, you know, bikes or boxes or refrigerators or giant girders, whatever's around. You have to, like, continually be conscious of everything around you to take that and, like, combo that into your attacks with, like, throwing it or smashing on their heads using your psychic powers. Yeah, and they did a really cool thing with it too. I don't know who came up with this idea, but I want to, like, shake their hand. They have it so that when you do, like, a big, like, a giant, like, special object that, like, has this, you know, special effects much more powerful than just your standard car or sign. When you throw one of the giant objects at somebody, you'll mimic the movements of the psi attack with the controller. So if I pull a boulder up in the air and I split it in two halves, and then I want to, like, jam it down, like, in an arc on the enemy, I'll grab the thumbsticks and I'll have to do that action, like, kind of like a, you know, a QTE.
Okay.
So it sort of trains your mind to be like, visually, this object is going to be attacking this enemy in this fashion. I'm going to have to move the controller in sync with that.
Very cool.
And that seems really cool.
That's all, like, entwined with your general, like, you know, hopping around, dodging, doing all your cool anime sword slashes and stuff. And guess what? I'm not done talking about the combat yet.
Really?
Which is why this game, as you can tell, this is a game that really grooves with me. Being as combat-centric as I am, mechanic-centric, you know. The next layer of the combat, you can see down there in the lower right corner right now, you'll have a sidekick, or more than one, several different, you know, people in your party. And by triggering their actions, they all have different. They just did it right there.
Yeah.
So that adds swords to all your fire to your attacks and stuff. So you combine that with the other stuff, and it all comes together to form this really, really compelling combat package based on my first, like, hour and a half of play of the game, starting at the beginning.
Are there? I know we just saw that fire. I assume there's elemental weaknesses and such that you are kind of managing per enemy. Is that the case?
But we all know, like, you know, the meme of, like, hey, yeah, I just played this great JRPG. I used ice on the fire enemy to beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite that simple here, and it's more than just adding fire to your weapons. I collected several sidekicks in the course of my adventuring that could do some other interesting effects, like give me an unlimited psionic bar, or trigger all of the objects in the area. Like, so I'd try to position myself around, like, 30 barrels, and then it would trigger psionically all of those at once.
That's cool.
And I also got another one that, you know, sort of gives you, like, bullet time style thing. So it's not just adding elemental stuff to weapons, although that's part of things.
That's really cool, yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, which takes a while, they kind of drip feed it to you over the first hour. Like, you know, you've unlocked a new combat mechanic. You learn it, use it, go take on a boss with it. And that's sort of the first challenge in the first hour, is to, you know, complete the first boss using what you've learned, your psionic powers. And yeah, again, I can't say enough good things about the combat based on my initial experience. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the full game.
Yeah.
And take it from there. But I was really sold on that. Whereas before, you know, like I said, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, it's an anime action RPG. I'll play it probably, right? But but now I'm like, yeah, wow, okay.
That's kind of where I was at with it. Like, I'm like, man, this game looks gorgeous, but I'm with you, Dan. Like, mechanics are really important to me. Like, I want to be, you know, engaged in the combat, and you know, it's seeing all of this on display. Now, hearing you describe it and talk about it is one thing, but seeing it in action, it really is kind of.
And
really
you're seeing
cool.
it happen on screen right now, but I tell you, it feels good too. Combat feel is really important, right? So
yep,
like
absolutely.
You feel like you're in control of all of your mistakes and all of your big successes when things come together very nicely. For like a giant attack, you get that like, oh yeah, big combo. You blow them up, and if you blow them up with like special stuff, then you get guaranteed item drops. See, there it is, right there.
Oh, there it was.
You get
Yeah.
You get the prompt where it's like boom, and then you can here we go. Look at this. Let's go,
Very
giant
nice.
goat thing.
Yeah, I love it when companions like actually like help. You know what I mean? It's nice to like see that like you can sort of chain combos with like your friends.
Yeah, and the friends, their special abilities have cooldowns and everything, but intertwining them into your routine is where it really starts to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And what's
the game looks
there's a lot
great.
going on in this world, Dan.
Oh,
like, what is
God.
the story?
Listen, I'll tell you this. When I'm done playing this game, I'll probably know about as much about the story of this game as I know now.
You gonna say that?
And that's okay. And that's okay. It's like super duper anime, right? And there's a Netflix anime coming.
Right.
Hopefully that'll tell the story. Again, only got to play through the first part, but it's very like, you know, we're like psionic soldiers and we're being invaded by monsters from the great beyond. Who knows where they're coming from? Honestly, I don't know.
Well, speaking of monsters, we're about to see a big one right here.
Yeah, this is the first boss. This is where it's like, well, did you learn how to use like the environment? Because if you didn't, you won't win.
Look at that thing.
Yeah,
It almost looks like a Guardian from Zelda.
Yeah. They're
Pretty
called
cool monster
others.
design.
They invade the world. This is like it's not cyberpunk, it's brain punk, right? Because everything has to do with psionic powers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very stylish. I don't know if it's, you know, we'll see if it turns into any cognizant story of any kind. And again, it's okay if it doesn't. I'm okay with that. I've accepted that already. It's bonus if that comes together. See, look, oh man, perfect.
I'm
dodging.
digging the slowdowns. Really
So that
adds
is
some
a
weight to
skill.
what's going on.
The perfect dodge is something that you unlock in your skill tree. You have like a talent tree that you can take in multiple directions. I didn't get to go too deep into it because I only got a couple skill points over the course of the thing. But perfect dodging is always an ability. I'm a simple man. If I see perfect dodge, I take perfect dodge. Here we go. Boom.
Oh, that's
Very
cool.
cool.
That's
All right.
awesome.
And
Listen, I'm a
and that
simple
takes-
man. You show me cool effects like that, I am in.
Absolutely. I'm really impressed. Like even like how expansive it is. I wasn't expecting there to be like that whole Metropolis hub that you ran through. That was like interesting. I don't know if you guys noticed that part, but
yeah. So the Metropolis,
that was cool.
As far as I know, it's not like an open world Metropolis like like a Yakuza or anything, like for an example. But there is. We'll see. I don't know. I only get to play the first part, right?
Yeah.
But that did take us to another area, which I think we'll see in a little bit after the boss fight. The boss fight's obviously far more important. But inside the hangout later is kind of where you go between chapter segments, and you can work on relationships with your side characters.
Oh.
Something that feels very influenced by, like, you know, Persona.
Yeah, Jay, that's gonna be right up your alley. I know.
It was literally that's all you needed to say. Wow. All right.
And working up your relationships with the characters that you like will give you more side abilities that they have to bring into combat with you.
Very cool. I love it. Love to hear it.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Like I said, this game was a really pleasant surprise. You know, we see a lot of games, we do a lot of demos, and we have to keep track of everything coming out. And like I said, I had mild interest for this due to its ARPG nature, and yes, its anime nature. All right, but after playing it, I was just like, it definitely blew my expectations away. Again, really on the combat part, the rest of the stuff kind of was as I expected.
Oh, what a way
man,
to take
yeah.
it.
It feels good and looks good in battle, and for me, that's enough.
Yeah.
This is the hangout. This is where you go like between story segments, like between major bosses and areas.
Got you.
To hang out with
you
your
can see
crew.
your team bond level at the top right as well.
Yes. And you'll be able to like go on excursions and other missions with these characters around town. You know, it seems to be becoming a thing that's, I don't know if Persona was the first one to do it, but it's definitely the one that popularized it. Now everyone wants to do it. So that system's in here. And it's implemented okay. It didn't blow me away or anything, but I was just happy to get back to the battle.
Bond
Very
episode.
cool.
Okay, so I got you.
So you'll go out on a with them. It could be story centric. It could be you might go kill a boss together. Who knows? Like it can be a lot of different things.
That's awesome.
Okay. And so this is it, sort of just playing out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it went through the actual steps of it. Basically, I think for this segment we went to a different area and did. I don't know if I actually did this bit.
No worry. Yeah, this is B-roll from PR to clarify.
Yeah, everybody got to play. We couldn't capture our own footage, I don't think. So,
I'm digging the style, and especially here in these, portraits or vignettes, whatever these are.
Yeah, it reminds me of Valkyria Chronicles a little bit. Like there's like similar vignettes and like portraits like that too. And that's also like a very anime game. So
I mean, yeah, I'm getting my cosplay ready. That's all I have to say.
Really?
One thing I noted, I didn't get to play as both characters, but you get to pick which character you want to play as at the beginning of the game. You have two choices.
Okay, and that's
So you
locked
play
in.
You play as Yuito or Kasane. I'm sure I spelled both those wrong. I'm sure I pronounced both those wrong. Oh, see, here you go. You can actually, this is a really good screen to see what you got. If you go back there, you can see what you got from bonding. And bonding with those allies, again, will greatly improve their capabilities in combat, as well as, being some lighthearted, cool story fare where you hang out with your friends.
Yeah, that's rad. Well, this is Scarlet Nexus. Of course, Bandai Namco is developing it. Dan, when's this come out? June, right?
June 25th, right before my birthday.
Oh,
Awesome.
very nice.
Pretty good birthday present then.
I am inclined to say that right now, but let's wait and see. Listen. No verdict is in yet, my friend.
No worries. And this is coming out on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, last and new gen, I believe.
You got it.
Is that correct? Awesome.
That is correct.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Game Informer YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time for another episode of New Gameplay Today. Bye.